Exercise A, page 84.
Calorie.
Diet.
Fast food.
Fresh.
Industry.
Physical.
Processed.
Regular.
Throw away.
Weight. Exercise B, meaning from context, page 84.
What's new in cooking? Around the world, meat is still a regular part of most people's weekly diet. But many doctors and health experts are telling us to eat a smaller amount of meat and to do more physical exercise. And many people are trying to eat more fruit and vegetables. This type of food is also better if you are counting calories and trying to lose weight. As a result, the food industry is trying to sell us more vegetarian products. Now you can buy vegetarian fast food, like burgers and fried chicken. However, even though this is not meat, it's still processed food. It comes in packaging that you throw away, and then you heat the food up in a microwave. So whatever your diet, meat or vegetarian, try to eat food that is fresh rather than out of a package.
Listening. Food fact or fiction. Exercise B, activate, page 87.
How much do you need to eat every day? What is the right amount of exercise? Everywhere you look, in newspapers and magazines, or on TV and social media, there's different information. As a doctor, I tell people not to eat too much fast food, and I tell them to get enough physical exercise. But what exactly is too much or enough? Unfortunately, a lot of people tell us things about food and exercise that might be true, a little true, or not true at all. So let's consider some of these common ideas.
Exercise C, main ideas, and Exercise D, details, page 87.
How much do you need to eat every day? What is the right amount of exercise? Everywhere you look, in newspapers and magazines, or on TV and social media, there's different information. As a doctor, I tell people not to eat too much fast food, and I tell them to get enough physical exercise. But what exactly is too much or enough? Unfortunately, a lot of people tell us things about food and exercise that might be true, a little true, or not true at all. So let's consider some of these common ideas. Idea number 1. We need to drink 8 glasses of water a day, or more. Water is good for you, and it seems like many people are drinking more water. But one reason is because we're drinking more bottled water. Around the world, the industry for bottled water is increasing by about 10% a year. But why? Water from the tap in most countries is fine. Besides, people throw away most plastic bottles. That's why they're bad for the environment. And scientific studies don't show that drinking a lot of extra water makes you healthier. So, in my opinion, 6 to 8 glasses of water a day is probably the right amount. But drink it from the tap. And don't use plastic bottles. Idea number 2. Plant-based diets are better for you than meat-based. Well, it's sort of true. The number of vegans, that's people who only eat food from plants, is high in countries like India. But does a plant-based diet make you live longer? Well, we don't know for certain. One problem is that a lot of vegan foods are processed products, so they might have a lot of extra salt or sugar. You need to check, but my advice for both vegans and meat eaters is this: only eat fresh food. And now idea number 3. In order to lose weight, you need to do more exercise. Again, as a doctor, I tell everyone to get exercise. Regular physical exercise is great, but does it make you lose weight? Well, not usually. If you decide to run a marathon, then you might lose some weight. But for most people, exercise only helps when you also have a good diet and don't eat too much. And the last idea for today is about food plans. Is there a right way to eat? You often hear that men need to eat 2,500 calories a day and women need to eat 2,000. Some diets tell you how many calories to eat. Other diets say eat a little bit of food 5 times a day. But there is no good science to support these different diets. Everyone needs a different number of calories. And some calories are better for you than others. For example, you can have a few nuts or you can buy a candy bar. They can both have 200 calories, but the nuts are fresh and healthier. So to sum up, all these ideas are partly true. Yes, drink a lot of water, but it doesn't have to come in a plastic bottle. Yes, eat some fresh fruit and vegetables and do some physical exercise every day. And finally, it's okay to count calories, but it's more important to eat the right kind of calories.
Exercise B, page 89.
According to this infographic, we all throw away too much food.
I know. We lose a lot of food at the beginning of the process.
Yes, I don't understand the reason they lose 20% on the farm. There's not much information about that.
Maybe they have too few people to pick all the fruit and vegetables?
Maybe. But we also throw away 19% of the food in our homes. It doesn't make sense. Why do people throw good food away?
I agree. Yesterday, I bought too many oranges by accident. I gave a few to my neighbor so we both have enough for the week.
And overall, we throw away more than we eat. But at the same time, there are other countries that have too little food. It's crazy.
Pronunciation. Long and short vowel sounds. Page 90.
Vowel sounds can be long or short. With long vowel sounds, your lips, tongue, and cheeks are more tense. With short vowel sounds, the lips, tongue, and cheeks are relaxed. E. Eat. I. It. A. Paper. E. Pepper. Ah. Not. Nut.
Exercise D, page 90.
1. Heat. Hit.
2. Cheap. Chip.
3. Taste. Test.
4. Wait. Wet.
5. Cop. Cup.
6. Hot. Hut.
Exercise E, page 90.
1. Heat. Hit.
2. Chip, chip.
3. Taste. Test.
4. Wet, wet.
5. Cop. Cup.
6. Hot, hot. Exercise F. Categorize. Page 90.
E. Tea. Meat.
I. Drink. Little.
A. Based. 8.
E. Fresh. Red.
Lot. Pop.
Hungry. Cut.